Hello, my dear ideal students. I am your English teacher, Jay Shri Shetty. Students, what are they doing? Yes, they are doing exercises. Do you know, students, nowadays people are going to gym to keep their body strong, healthy and fit. Do you know the meaning of gym? Gym is a club, building or large room usually containing special equipment where people go to do exercises and get fit. By the way, do you know the meaning of gymnastic? Gymnastic means physical exercises designed to develop strength. Let us learn the poem The Gymnastic Clock. The Gymnastic Clock by M.C. Davies. The little clock is friends with me. It talks as plain can be, and says each morning as it rises, now don't forget your exercises. Don't forget your exercises. Both hands above your head, you know then. Lower them very slowly, sir. Oh, don't get tired and stop that way. I exercise like this all day. I exercise like this all day. Right in its face, then I say, "Pooh! I wouldn't boost off it like you, but I can swing my arms round too. I can swing my arms round too." And so the clock then looks at me, and I look back, and I and he, a single morning when we rise, just exercise and exercise, exercise and exercise, exercise and exercise. Glossary. Clock, a machine for measuring time. Plain, simple, clear. Forget, put away from the memory. Exercise, physical routine for training muscles. Lower, less high in position. Tired, to lose patience with. Face, the front part of the head. Boost, to talk proudly about yourself. Arms, the part of the body between the shoulder and the hand. Please open your page number 16. The spider game has given here. I'll read out this piece of text to you, and what you have to do means you have to fill it after listening this. So listen carefully, then fill in the blanks. Okay? The little spider crawled down the wall by using its web. So it wouldn't fall. It crawled to the bottom and back up again. Then thought to himself, what a fine game. So he called his friends to join the game, and they played all day till night time came. And when they had finished, they went off to bed and left all the wall covered over in web. So, how many words do you remember? Please write down. Observe the rhyming words. Wall, wall. Game, game. Let us know about the poet. This poem is written by M.C. Davies. Her full name is Mary Caroline Davies. She was born and educated in California. In 1918, she published The Drums in Our Street, a book of war poems, and in 1919 brought out a collection of her poems under the title Youth Riding. Miss Davies has also written several one-act plays, one of which, The Slave with Two Faces, has had a successful presentation. Let us understand the poem. The poet M.C. Davies and the clock were friends. They were talking as plain can be. It means They were talking with each other in a very clear and simple way, and they were talking daily. Each morning, the clock says that don't forget your exercises. Means the clock reminds the poet to do exercises. In the second paragraph, both hands above your head, then lower them very slowly. So, means the clock is teaching how to do the exercises. The clock makes an example of itself and shows the poet how to do exercises. It asks the poet to rise both his hands above his head and then lower them slowly, and advise that don't get tired and stop doing exercises. Then it boosts or encourages the poet by saying, I do such exercises all day without taking rest. Not even I am sleeping. It praises itself. Now the poet feels humiliated or feels ashamed. Defining himself, the poet says to the clock, right in its face, that I wouldn't boost like you. It means I am not telling like you that I am doing exercises all the day. But I can also swing my arms around too. Poet is telling, I'm not telling like you, but I also can do my arms round. So both the clock and the poet look at each other for a long time. So then onwards, both the clock and the poet wake up early in the morning and just doing exercises and exercises. The poem Gymnastic Clock tells us that man should always be active and industrious like a clock to stay healthy, strong and fit. Comprehension question number 1. Answer the following questions in 1 or 2 sentences each. First one, name the 2 characters in the poem. Answer, the 2 characters in the poem are the little clock and the speaker. Question number 2, what does the clock tell the speaker each morning? Answer, the clock tells the speaker, now don't forget your exercises. Next one, does the clock stop its exercise anytime? Answer, no. Fourth one, what similarity do the speaker and the poet share? Answer, both. When they rise every single morning, they just exercise and exercise. C2. Complete the following. Make a list of words that are repeated in the poem. First one, plane, exercise, morning, clock. Comprehension question number 3. Read the poem again and answer the following. First one, I exercise like this all day. First question, who is referred to as I? The little clock is referred to as I. Question number B, what is exercise? Answer, taking both hands above the head and then lowering them very slowly. Question number 3. When does it do it? Answer, all the time. Question number 2. Oh, I wouldn't boast of it like you. A. Who is referred to as you? The little clock is referred to like you. B. What he is boasting about? Answer, he is boasting that he can swing his arms round. C. Is there a competition between the one who says this line and the clock? Answer. Yes, there seems to be a competition. Know more about the poem. Study the words given below and pick out rhyming words from the poem. One is done for you. Me, B. Rises, exercises. No, now. You, po, way, day. Students, here they had given about personification. So what is this? It's a figure of speech. Usually, this kind of figure of speech are used in poetry. Here they had given, when you make a thing, an idea or an animal do something that only human being can do. For example, wind yells while blowing. This is an example for personification because wind cannot yell. Only a human being can yell. Students, when a non-living thing is spoken of as a living thing, is called personification. Identify two examples for personification in the poem. First line, that is, it talks as plain can be. Here, this line is called as personification. This figure of speech is known as personification because the clock is a non-living thing. It's an object, right? It can't speak. But here in this poem, it speaks as plain can be. Here, the clock is spoken as a living thing. The clock can't speak. Here, in this sentence, it speaks. Right? Second one. So the clock then looks at me. Here also that used personification so that the clock can't see. But here in this poem, the poet has used the clock. It looks at me. It says, the poet says that it looks at me. So here also non-living things is spoken as a living thing. So this is called as personification. Thank you very much your kind supports, my dear students. Please like, share and subscribe my channel for more videos.